Well, and talk about the benefits of doing that. Again, I believe in that. Sometimes you're thinking, I don't have time. I mean, sit down and watch something that you wouldn't spend time doing as an adult. But it's good to get into your children's world. And one of the reasons I see is that you can train them about discernment.
Yeah.
If they're watching something that's inappropriate, talk about why it's inappropriate, not that it just is.
Well, I mean, this is Deuteronomy 6. This is walking with our kids. This is having conversations as you walk along the road, as you get up, as you go to bed at night. And when we as parents, we're tempted to say, I mean, let's be honest, I had 3 kids. I was so busy, I was traveling. And the temptation is to say I'm too busy. But the numbers show otherwise. Those same numbers that show that we're spending more time in front of the TV than even our kids are, we do have the time. And it is tough. I remember at the end of the day, I'd be sitting down and I'd be in a comfortable chair with my feet up. And especially as my kids were older and they're like going to bed and they're like, good night. And it'd be really simple to just kind of holler upstairs, yeah, good night. I'm blowing a kiss. Did you feel that? I'm blowing that kiss up there to you. And I'd stay with my feet up, where it's comfortable. But to actually get my lazy butt up and walk upstairs, and not like our kids will be like, welcome, thank you for coming. They'll be like, you didn't need to come up. That's what teenagers are going to mostly say. But if you walk in, and here's the benefit. Our kid's phone is on the charger at this point because they've depleted every ounce of the battery out of the thing. And you tuck your kid in, not every time, but maybe the 7th time you do this, the 12th time you do this, your kid's going to look up from under the covers and go, hey, Mom, when you were my age, did kids ever talk about you and say something that wasn't true? And all of a sudden you're going to have this maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes conversation. You're going to walk out and you can go, there it was. And it's because you got up and you went upstairs and you said goodnight. And we got to look for these communication arenas. They're there, these arenas where technology isn't getting in the way. And a lot of it starts with us making time to do that.
Now, one big assumption that your teenager goes to bed before you do.
Yeah, it's tough.
Or goes to the bedroom before you do, at least.
Jonathan, again, something that caught my attention is a story you had about your daughter. I think your dad called you because he saw something. Describe what happened there, because I think it's very instructive for us as parents about being engaged and not looking the other way when you should be, if I could say it, monitoring what your kids are into.
Yeah, this was fun. This was my middle child, and she was having a bad day, and she kind of walked in and was like, and she did her typical throw the backpack down, go up to her room, and I was kind of like, hey, how's it going? Fine, good. One word answers, typical teenage stuff.
I thought it was teen boys.
Yeah,
okay,
no.
Good to hear girls do
it's
it too.
It's across the board.
Okay.
And so I was kind of like, and I was busy, as most parents are. So I kind of told myself, fine, whatever. How do you figure out what a teenager's thinking, right? And then my dad called me like an hour later, and my dad's one of those grandparents who's really in his grandkids' lives, and he spends time with them, and he just loves them so much. But he's also one of those Facebook stalkers. He's a Facebook stalker. And at this particular time, it's a few years ago, because now a lot of young people are actually fleeing Facebook for this very reason, because they know mom and dad are watching. But at this time, young people were still on Facebook and posting stuff, and just some of her posts just caught his attention. And he's all, what's wrong with Alyssa? And I'm all, I don't know. What is wrong with Alyssa? It's like, seems like she's having a rough day. I mean, she posted this and this. And I was kind of like, oh, really? And so I walked up, and sure enough, she was kind of having a rough day. And I'm sitting there going, okay, it takes my dad, Facebook stalker, calling me, and I didn't even notice this. And we as parents, we need to be noticing it. And a lot of this noticing is just face to face. But as we're walking with our kids through this journey, as our kids are getting some of this technology, it's a good idea for us as parents to be on the technology with them. And sometimes that's the answer. Parents always say, can I allow them to have this? Can I allow them to have that? There's going to be apps out there that we need to say no to. But sometimes it's like, well, no, let's try it together.